Oh, it's not what I wanted. Are we live? Oh, we are. Can you hear me? Oh, wow. That's coming in crystal clear. What up, everyone? How's it going? Hi. The one and only. Sorry, I just got to stretch a little bit, you know? Just wanted to work on this for just a bit today. Primarily because, I don't know, I'm not too big into streaming, but I figured I might as well start trying to stream and, you know, maybe get me a little bit more comfortable talking in front of people. But yeah, you don't notice what I'm trying to do right now is this is trying to make this widget stay in one place whenever the character gets close to the screen so it doesn't get difficult to read when you're when you're running around and stuff. I don't want it to be difficult for the player to see the UI. Obviously, at this point, it is difficult. You're like, whoa, where to go? But yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're working on this widget. I've been working on it for a couple of days just because I've tried. God, do I still have this? No, I have this muted. I literally am just trying to get this to work, so it's been rough. It's definitely been rough. Let's see. Man, I really don't like that. I really wish the chat would stay up when I minimized OBS. I just don't even like looking at it because I'll just sit there and constantly be like, "Oh, there's something wrong," and I don't want to do that. But yeah, kind of to go over what I'm doing. I'm trying to make the widget move with the character or move with the camera. At this point, it's with how close the camera is to the character. And at the moment, I currently have we currently have a function here that does it that I'm calling in here, right here, which essentially calculates how much of the screen the character is taking up. And originally it was because, I want to obviously change this when the character is taking up a large proportion of the screen. And the way I thought I could do it is, well, I would just essentially get how much the character is taking up the screen and then kind of move it somewhere where it isn't. But very over convoluted because it's a lot more difficult than that. And then I tried to base it off of that and essentially have it move with the camera, and that worked pretty well, but it was just very hard to control. I could have obviously clamped maybe I could have clamped the offset, but it felt like it would be more simple to essentially when the character gets close, it would just move, somewhere to the left, like up here next to the character's head. I don't want it moving down to the right currently where it's at the moment. Kind of pisses me off. Sorry. Upsets me. Yeah, it's very hard being a Christian. That's one of the reasons why I haven't streamed. I'm not really perfect in regards to like what you would imagine a perfect Christian is, right? Like I still have a hard time not cursing or making inappropriate jokes. But I'm very much a believer in Christ, and I just didn't want to stream because I didn't want people to think different of me because of those aspects. But the way I see it is if I hide those things, God's only going to bring them out eventually anyway. So it's like, might as well just come in here and just start the punishment. All right. Already just start the punishment. But yeah, let's try to see if we can get this. Let's see if we can try to get this working today. Now, originally what I'm doing is I'm taking this and then this function. What we're doing is we're creating a F-box. We're getting the mesh, which is, if you don't know, Lil Judah here. I was hoping I could do like a conclave, I think is called, or a convex object, but I would have to put the vertices, and I'd have to manually implant the vertices from what I know, what I've researched, and there's no way that I'm doing that. I'm not doing that much math, guys. I love video game design, and I love the development aspect, but I really don't want to do all that. But what I am doing is I'm creating an actor bounds. It's taking in, a player controller, and a bool if I want to, debug. But essentially, we're creating two vectors, one for the extent and center of the actor bounds, which is a member of the F box. So we're just getting variables of these specific things because we just want to quickly write these out and iterate them. So I create a T array with the corner points, adding the 8 corner points, getting the min screen pose and the max screen pose. FLT max is essentially you're going the max length, and for the min, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like maybe the negative should be here, but I don't know. I think it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Or does it? I got to think about that more. I mean, it works fine. Like, I'll show you. So it's probably why I didn't catch it. But if something does pop up later, we'll have to deal with that. But as you can see, it works. We get the bounding box. And then we're just getting a screen size, which is equal to the max screen pose minus the minus screen pose. Then we're getting the viewport size, right? And essentially, what we're doing is we're creating two variables, and we're using this and implanting the variables. So essentially, this returns a viewport width and a height. Then I'm creating a 2D vector, another one. And I'm creating a 2D vector with an X of, the viewport width, the Y of the viewport height. We're dividing the viewport size, and since it's every frame, we're doing it, consistently. That's why it's divide equal. Then we have screen size, and we want to convert this into a decimal format, so we're just multiplying it by 100, and then we're clamping. I don't know why I have this clamp screen size. Absolute screen size. And we'll just copy and paste that there. And then we're creating our debug. And essentially we're saying, this is a for each statement. We're saying for each F vector and for each corner point in corner points. So for each one of these, we're going to draw a box there. And, you know, that's dependent on whether I have this turned on or not. But we're going to have to recompile because I changed the name. As of the moment, that's currently what I'm doing. And now that I think about it, and I actually thought about this last night, I could really just get the distance from the player to the camera, right? But I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that specific way of handling the situation covers all scenarios. Like if push comes to shove, I can really just, come over here and then we can really make this torturous for us, break it off, and then compare and contrast like each value of the vector to say like, oh, well, when it's the y is at this length, then move it here, yada, yada. But currently right now, what we're doing is we're just getting the overall length. So we're getting one single decimal. It's not two. It's just returning a float as a length. And once we hit 45, it's supposed to start off a lot lower. Right about here. And it's supposed to stay, but it's not. Yeah. See, let's run through this code. We create the variable so we can just access it wherever we want without making it too ruddy. Printing out the variable. We're saying, hey, if this is above 45, then let's go ahead and set it to a specific point. And we're essentially going to lerp, right? And by the way, this is my own custom lerp function. You can obviously do like a lerp vector, right? Well, not that one. You can do a lerp vector. There's a lerp vector function. And I didn't know this until after I did this, but you can indeed convert from 2D to 3D, but I don't know. I don't like that idea, especially when, it's such, it's such a easy function to write. I was like, I don't like the idea of converting, because you're essentially just converting into world space, I believe, at that point. And I don't feel like that would look good or it would be received well when I reconvert it to this. So I just want to make sure everything's precise. So I created that function. It's just a simple lerp function, as you can see here. Math lerp. Right. And for the alpha, I was like, well, we could literally take, because if we start at 45 and then we minus 45 from that, we're essentially starting off at 0. We're starting off at 0, but in looking at it now, I don't think that's really the perfect option to go about, because unless I designate like when something should equal 100, which would just be a lot more work, it's never going to reach 100. So, and if you notice, I mean, it actually, like, if we go back, like, it works pretty well, honestly, in regard to smoothness. Of course, we get like the initial pop here, but afterwards it just moves smoothly almost. But there's some popping when we're moving in between. And I'm assuming, yeah, I don't know why. I'm not going to dig too deep into that. It just needs to be better, realistically. So I have a lot of trash here because, as I said, I tried different methods. Originally, I tried to do it with the camera, like using the camera as a control. So I was essentially minusing the world's location from the location of the camera, right? Which would give us the distance. And then I'm taking the screen position, minusing that from the mesh as well to get the offset. Then I'm multiplying it by -1 which isn't even really -1 anymore. I changed it to something else, so I gotta change that name to something better. I'm just kind of like trying to work fast and get through this, but essentially it just is reversing the it's reversing the movement, right? So if I go left, if I'm looking left, the UI should move to the right of the screen. If I'm looking to the right with the camera, it should move to the left of the screen, right? But I didn't really particularly like it because it seemed just a little too chaotic. So here it is over here, just in case I ever decide to try that approach again, because I haven't really figured out what I specifically want to do yet. And it's been fun trying to learn all this stuff. It has been a little difficult because I'm not too familiar with Unreal Engine's workflow and how and I'm getting better at it, but how essentially the C++ aspects ride into the BP, like how they kind of convert into each other, or kind of collide, I should say, not convert, but collide into each other has been really difficult for me to understand. But I'm sure as I do this, I'll have like an aha moment and figure it out from there. But at the moment, the biggest issue we have several issues. One is, as you can see, it starts off at a completely different point, right? We have it here. That's where we want it. It pops off and does its thing. But if I run in false, right, essentially the whole point of this, and this location, I'm setting it in custom games. Here on event begin play, I'm running a sequence. I'm essentially just creating the UI, putting it on the screen, and then setting some functions from the stamina bar location, right? I have my reference, so I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna get that beginning state, because there is an offset in here, and I can't get this from the stamina gauge, or else I'd do it in here. I'd do it in the stamina gauge if I could do it here. But yeah, I'm just getting the location here, and then over here I am plugging it in. And if I were to, let's say, go like this, at this default value, the offset of the UI is -100, -100, right? So it's to the left. And I don't know why it's up. I think -100 should mean it's going down, right? -100 to the left makes sense. Left of the screen, yeah, that's great. But -100 going up the screen on the y-axis is a little, I don't know. And by the way, I'll be stretching a lot. I didn't sleep a lot last night, so that's probably why I sound so drained. So if you hear this and you've been watching the videos, or we're in the future now and you're interested in the game and you want to like absorb as much content on here as possible, thank you, by the way, from past me to future you, for being here and paying attention and giving me views and, you know, just being interested. I'm went out on a limb to make this game, and you know, it means a lot for you to be here. That's about as much as I'll say. But I am tired and I'm not feeling well today. I guess maybe I can look back at this and laugh maybe. Hopefully I won't want to private it because it's embarrassing or something, which is typically what I do with most of my videos. Anyways, so I shouldn't be, right? So we have our UI offset. It's -100, -100. So if I were to go in here and let's say print, right? If I were to print this, it's going to print out -100, -100, right? Because that is its position currently at the moment. However, If I'm like, because the case here is asking if you're greater than 45, greater or equal to 45, start shifting your position. Shift it to a new position. And in fact, the position is negative 100, negative 100, plus 20, plus 10. And I know that sounds weird, but like, this is where I'm getting a little confused, right? Because essentially, if I'm adding a positive number to a negative number, anyone who's taken any form of like middle school, probably even like elementary school math knows, like that's going to actually deduct from the value. So you would see it moving in the opposite direction, right? Which is probably why we saw that occurring. But if I do this, you'll see that it, oh no, it's still going up. That's interesting. But even that there, like, check this out. It's, if that's the case, right? And I do that, no matter what, it's popping over there. And it does it immediately. I know it does it immediately because we don't have an alpha here. So we'll need the delta seconds. I think, how do we get the alpha? If that's true, well, first of all, this is getting annoying, so I'm just going to promote this to a variable. That way I always have access to it, and I'm going to call this delta time. You're just delta time now. All right. -1. Where is -1? Sorry. I'm not even using it. I think I was using it for something else, but I can't use constants here, right? Speaking of which, let's look online what the macro for or micro. I don't, a macro, right? Is it a macro, like a button you push to get that? What is the macro? The shortcut, I should say, to placing a constant node in BP's Unreal Engine. Yes, I do use Google. I don't just randomly do stuff. I like to research, ask questions online, see what other people are going through, and kind of gather like what I should do off of that. Press the C key. So in the future, I can just go boop. Wait. C. That's a comment.
Did you turn the air on?
No. Maybe it was Mason? Maybe he's hot. I don't know. But I like it because it makes me feel comfortable. This makes me feel real comfortable. Okay, and this always happens. Now I'm shortcut for constant value in Unreal Engine. You can quickly create. So this is the material editor. I don't think constants are a thing. What if I go F? I press F. Does that work? No. Float. Select float. Does not work. Float. And then we get all these beautiful choices. It's like, I just want to make one singular float, like a constant in a material graph, so I can, yeah. I think they don't do that because in most cases they, like in this scenario, they just have this here. So if I were to, yeah, see minus, I can just input a constant that way. But yeah, I guess at that point I could just promote. I don't know why I need that. Anyways, so I think what I need to do here is get the delta time, or actually, no. Yeah, I could do that. Actually subtract this by the delta time, right? So essentially delta time is something that's constantly going up. Which is, I see an issue now because this is always going to be. So essentially every frame. Because the thing is I want this to start at 0, right? And since delta time is always going up, you want to start it at 0. So I would just take the delta time and then I would minus the delta time, right? But the thing is this is happening every frame. So if I just did this now, it would just constantly equal 0 because these are both the same. So maybe, shmee. Delta time. No, we get the delta time. We're gonna need it. I'm thinking I might have to make a float. Because if I have a float, and then I minus a delta time, or I equal it to delta time at that exact moment. The only issue is that happens every time. I am with the negative. Get the picture. Yeah, I'm stressed. Cannot change, but I'm blessed. Do delta time minus delta time. The only issue I see happening, because this happens every frame. Right? It's happening every frame. So no matter what, it's going to equal 0 because it's getting this every frame. It's not going to keep iterating on it. There's just so much if statements. It's upsetting me. It's why I feel like I'd like programming, but I'm doing this in BP, so it kind of has to be here in BP. To the future Raleigh, I hope you are more comfortable in Unreal and all this by now. Because right now I feel just completely incompetent. I mean, don't they have like a time thing? Time span ratio. Get total minutes. Get total seconds. Make time span. This. That's interesting. Time. Get total hours. Get days. So this is if I make a time span. What about like a game time? Yeah, see, get the current game time in seconds. This stops when the game is paused and is affected by slow-mo. Actually, I kind of want to test something because I feel like my idea of what delta time is completely off. This might just be like, yeah. This is just literally how many seconds it takes for a frame to go. Or it's, yeah, let me look that up. I just want to make sure that I have a delta time definition. So it's the time elapsed between frames. So it's the time elapsed. So I won't, well, I'll keep it just in case because I don't want to have to drag everything. But this isn't going to be a user face thing. This is going to be a game. I don't know. I just think that's the wrong place to have it. And we can throw you into the user interface. The user interface. The user interface. The user interface. Say it like 30 more times. And then like make it any other viewer that's possibly in here not even be in here at all. At this moment, we've been in 30 minutes deep. By the way, guys, if someone is in here, and I say that knowing that there's no one in here, if there's someone in here, make sure to click that sub and like button. I appreciate it very much. It makes me happy inside. And I don't know about you, but personally, I like being happy on the inside. So if you like making people happy on the inside, you can do that for me by clicking the sub and the like button, and as well click the notification button because we're going to be having more content in the future. I'm looking to live stream here. Who knows, maybe daily. We'll find out. This was kind of like do it on a whim type of thing. But yeah, make sure to like, sub, and support the channel, the game, me, my family, my cats, my chicken, my rabbit, my 3 birds. Yeah, I have, and I said rabbit. I have a lot of animals. In the context of what some people have. Some people just have a dog or a cat. I got a lot of them. I have my fiance to thank for that. Okay. Get game time in seconds. So the idea here, guys, is that we want this to go from 0 to 100. Right? Because that's when we will get the linear interpolation that we want, because this is just 1 point, right, in between here and here. And depending, like if I'm at 50, this will essentially be, you know, the halfway point in between start and end. So if I'm at 100, and we'll see if this fully, yeah, you'll see that we're completely off the screen. You can't even see it, which is crazy. I didn't know that was that much. I thought, like, you know, -100 and -100. I didn't think an extra 20 would do something. And it's moving to the right. So we do have to put negative here. So that's why I had it at 0. I had it at 0. Holy crap. Why does it do that? What? It's literally moving to like the edge of existence with just a couple of digits. But I can only put a fraction here? Are you kidding me? What is my life, guys? This is, as you see here, this is literally it. If I were to go like 150 right now, right? Let's go 150, right? You'll see that it's moved, but it hasn't moved very far. So logic would tell you like, hey, you can at least add, -50 to this and you're not going to go off screen. But in here, it does it if I just put -5 and -2. You know what it is, guys? No, that's not it. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's particularly it. Hmm. Hmm. I'm trying to think, is this like the location completely different? Because we're using render translation, the same as this. They're both referencing the. You know what it is, guys? You know what it is? I'm setting the stamina UI reference. I'm setting the stamina UI reference. So I don't need this here because this is making it not good, right? All I need to do is set this up here. And this is going to put this at the center of the screen now, right? Because I'm referencing the entirety of the widget, right? And the stamina gauge, if you go into designer, it's not just, it's all this. It's all this, right? It's everything. So, by the way, I hope those fart noises came in nice and crisp. As corny as it sounds. Yeah, I can see why people don't follow me. Damn it. Darn it. Sorry, I can't say that either. Christian. Where do I fit? I don't fit anywhere, huh? So, let's go to event begin play, where we must set, not in here. That is not where we want it. We want this. We have event tick and we have event construct here. This is character. Oh yeah. I created a BP for this, but I created something better. Yeah, add some long over convoluted thing here. Let's just delete that. We don't need it, right? In the future, if you're interested in using a system like this, let me know in the comments, and I'll look about doing it in BP. I mean, it's not that hard of a function. Just a little bit of math, a little bit of other stuff. But yeah, if everybody's eating, that's a good night. Um, I wish I could play the music I'm listening to on here, but I'm afraid I'll get in trouble with YouTube. I'm afraid. Um, Sorry guys, I have ADHD, so it's kind of my thing to go in between a lot of stuff. So before I do any of this, I'm going to set the color. Typically I use the construct to kind of get and set a lot of the reference I feel like I'll need. Or if I want to set, like the transform. Someone's calling you now.
Hello? Hi. Everything's well, right? Okay.
I'm just thinking right now. Even though there's not much to think about here. My mama told me, Johnny, okay.
Yeah.
Not a cop's out. So now let's see if this works a little bit differently. So we're going negative 50, and I put 50, but it's still going down. I don't get that. Why does it do that? It makes no sense whatsoever. So set the render translation. Am I using the wrong function here the whole time? Set location transform.
Yeah.
Maybe the transform. Hmm.
Yeah.
Holy Father, God in heaven, show your power. Let it go for your kingdom. I don't like how far that goes off. Let's let's look at that really good. I want it to be tighter. Let's do 80. And let's bring it in a little bit. And I don't think yeah, it's good right there. A little bit tighter. You know what? Let's just go for 70. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, as you can see, the stamina bar is working too. So if I go like too far, sorry, it's pushed off of the screen there. But yeah, you can't use stamina until it loads up. But yeah, I definitely think that I might have to switch to the character's location in comparison to the essentially a distance variable between the character and the player. Everybody keep on sipping on deal, but man, look what I feel. Um, and I know it's something so tedious and kind of small to even comprehend or think about at this point in the development. I should probably I should. So they're recommending that I use 47,000.
Rolling.
Oh, nice. Everybody keep on sipping on deal. So how much do they want me to? 4,500. They want 4,500. Boom. Wait. Did another? The stream is currently at. It's lower, but I turned it up. I turned it up in a B. Maybe it's because it's like working its way up there. Stream. Yeah, I put it to 4,500. Maybe I just put it to 5,000. Just in case there's like... I mean, if we're off by 2,000, maybe I just go to 2,000, like 500. Now I get to worry about this, huh? Bang. All right, let's try turning this up to 6. Double SFE, so you go simple. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Yeah, I said something. Cool. So things are working. Um, why is this not going up? I feel like yeah, that was just a bit ago though. Warning. It's got good connection now. I would like to see what the current bit rate is at. Like, I'd like to see I'd like to see it. But yeah, it's still jumping off like the deep end, like all the way to -5. Like if I go over here and I just say 1, 1. Let's just say I put 1, 1. What are we getting? We don't get anything, right? That's crazy. And we're doing transform. Hold me down, hold me down, hold me down. Wow. Bloop. And I'm just testing things here, guys. But it's like going all the way over there. Like, why is that happening? Is my lerp off? My lerp has to be off. Let's just put, -5, 5. It's got to be the lerp function. Yeah, it's the lerp function. What? That is crazy. Is it because this is... Let's try the regular lerp function. Lerp. Oh, baby, I could go. I should just leave my love. This to 100. Compile that. I mean, that works better. Why does that work better? I don't want to do all that, though. Like, it's too crowded. It makes me angry. All right. Let's see what they're doing in here. I hope this opens it up. I haven't done this before. Let me open you up. In C++, go to definition. Reading C++ symbols. Yeah, I think I'm better off alone. Better off when you talk to me. It don't feel the same when you calling me. All right. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous as St. Nicholas. It's ridiculous of St. Nicholas. Yeah, stream is healthy. Let's go, boys. That's a big W. I only had to like essentially go over the board by like a couple thousand, but I would love to see what their alert function is. But then again, I'm not using the controller. Let's try the controller. Let's try adding the controller. I have one here somewhere. I mean, I could just grab it, but I don't. I don't want to do all that, you know? It's a little too much for me. Yeah, I mean, it works still. That works way better. But I want to see why. Why? Are they like, do you want? Thought it was a sound I'm alone. Hey, no say no one. That's I can't see the face, but I can read your mind. Who can make it out with where I'm from? This today on the 5th in Nazar'Us Studio Stream, we've done absolutely nothing, have accomplished nothing. We've found some things out, but as of the moment, we have done nothing. Nothing. F interp 2. Huh? F interp. There's oh, what? They got one. They got one. So I just, well, at least I know how to make my own function. Even though it didn't work at all. So they have this works a lot better too. This works a whole lot better. They're probably running a for loop on this. They have to, this has to have a for loop. I really wish I could see inside the thing so I can learn how to program better, because I would love to read what these professionals have, you know? And it's like, oh, reading C++ symbols, but we're never gonna show them to you. Ha! Thanks. I appreciate this. How to see VP's C++. I don't know. I don't even know how to ask this question. I know all that, but I just want to see how to open this up and look inside. What?
I have to go get the cats. Can I have my card?
Oh.
I texted you Mason's mom's number.
How long are you going to be gone?
Well, I'm gonna pick them up, take them back to the store to vaccinate them, and then it should be done.
I shouldn't take you more than like an hour.
No.
All right.
I'll be back.
Ah!
I love you. Keep an eye out, an ear out for his mom.
Huh?
Keep an ear out for his mom, but I texted you her number.
Yeah. Did you text her my number?
No.
Why didn't you do that?
Because I haven't talked to her. Mom sent it to me. Okay, I love you. I'll be back.
Well, that's just dandy. Sorry, guys. I gotta do some grown-up stuff. All right. Now we can get back to the fun exploration of this. All right, so we're gonna get the stamina bar's location. Actually, no, that's not it. That is set once, and it's not even set anymore, is it? Stamina bar's location. Where is it set? It's not even set anymore. That's comical. Hmm. God, I gotta make so much room here. It looks gross. This looks nice. I like this. This, yeah. Eh, gross. Because this is it's gonna be a big ol' if this, if that, and I hate doing that so darn much. And I'm sure anyone who's done a lick of programming hates reading it too. They're like, what is this guy? A freaking, I don't know, a robot or something. You just think that's how a robot, if this, then that, if this, then that. So at the beginning of all this chaos, I'm going to be setting the stamina bars. We're going to go stamina bar. And we're going to say get transform because we can't just get the location. We have to split this. And then we have to plug it in here. So now we have access to the stamina bar's location. So I don't even need to, well, I still need to do this and set the actual transform. But I do need to get access to the original location. So what I could call this one, stamina bars, SB current, uh, SB current location. That's what we're going to call it, right? Because this is going to be the current. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to just one negative 100, negative 100, compile. I want to check and make sure that this is working as intended. And if I remember correctly, it was 700. No, I'm joking. 70 for each the X and the Y, which, maybe it could go to the left a little bit more. I don't know how I like that too much. I mean, yeah, that works fine. But, well, it's switching now, so that's good. We need to come here. We've set the transform. Now we need to get the current location, or get the transform. Gotta get the transform. Transform. Gotta break this apart. I mean, I like it. I like all this. I think it's very clean, but with BPs, it just can get very over convoluted. I don't know if people do it in the industry, but typically what I do is when I set something, I'll put it up. I don't know if they do visual cues like that. To kind of like reference something like, hey, I'm setting something here to kind of like draw the attention, right? Like you're drawing the attention to something. You're like throwing it out of order for order, right? It's in disorder for order because you'll look at it, it'll draw your attention more and you'll be like, oh, what's this? And you'll be like, oh, I did this thing here. That's what that means. Whenever you do this thing, you're doing something, right? So it's a visual way of describing like you're setting something here. I mean, we already have the colors for different things, but maybe they need to make the set a little bit bigger, or, you know, do something like that. Oh, I'm setting that. Okay. It makes sense. I know it makes sense, but is it practical? I don't know. Oh. Oh, my fiance is listening to it now. That's why I'm hearing all this other random stuff. Yeah, she needs to get her own freaking Spotify, bros. Unless she starts paying for it, then I won't care. I'm just gonna play some video game lo-fi. And you know what? I can actually probably stream that. I can probably stream that without getting my penis punched off. I mean, sorry, I can't say that. You can't say that word. Can't say these things in front of the children. Sorry, children. We're learning, guys. What about that? Is that working? Am I also like let me see if I have I do. I do have a ducking feature on here. So tell me if this sounds good, guys. And you know what? In fact, I'm going to check this right now. I'm going to verify that this is the case, that it sounds good. I'm going to do that. Ugh. Verify that this is the case, that it sounds good. I'm going to do that. Ugh. I can't hear the music. Dang it. Hold up, all right. We're just bumping the music right now. The music is literally bumping. And maybe we turn this up. Right? I'm gonna let it play for a little bit because I gotta test this. I gotta test this, and I gotta do this quick. It's a quick thing. It's really quick. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, oh, oh. It's really quick. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, oh, oh. Really quick. Yeah, it works. Sorry, guys, for all that confusion. We don't want to watch you make video games. We want to watch you play them. We want to watch you play the video games. All right, so now we can promote this to a variable, right? We're going to say, here's our variable. Let's promote it to a variable. Transform translation. No, sir, that's the bad name. This is going to be SB. Original location. Okay, guys? Original location. Right? So now we have access to the original location whenever we want it. We set it at the event construct. So, yeah. It should just run once. Okay, now, so we're setting this here. Let's just throw this bad boy down. I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way that looks. Does anyone else do this? Dun, 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 dun. I'm a loser. Loser. Oh, I'm a loser. Okay, and by the way, sorry for like just you saying those random things. You know, I'm not sorry. You're here, you're in my world, you're in my domain. You're gonna have to deal with it, guys. I'm sorry, okay? I hum music, I sing it, it's my thing. It's just something I naturally do. Okay, so now that we have the current, and I don't want this in here, okay? This is for the user interface, okay? The new UI location. Where did I don't even, this is, yeah, see, it's set here, but we never use it. But we'll keep it just in case we want to come back to that. But I feel like we're getting at a, is this having a hard time playing music because of like internet things? Or is that just a... Oh, she is? Sweet. All right. Do you want me to walk you out there, or are you just telling me? Oh, okay. Peace out, buddy. You have a good one, all right? That was my little brother's friend. He was staying the night. My little brother had to go somewhere this morning, so he was just staying until his Mima could pick him up. And now his Mima's picked him up. And yeah. Oh. Okay, so all right, where was I? Yeah, we're gonna want to get the original location, right? We're gonna get the original location, and then we're gonna interp 2D interp, I guess. I thought that was lerp, a linear interpolation, but yeah, I guess it's a 2D interp. Just need to learn. So didn't I set the delta? Oh yeah, it's because I've hidden it in the game time. Interp speed. Well, is this like where you have an alpha and it'll move in between them? Because in Unity you would do a linear interpretation, right? And then you would use the delta seconds plus, you know, time. Yeah, you would use time as that, and you would essentially just minus from the time. So you would start off at 0. So you would say time minus this, and as it's progressing, it would just be 0 to whatever until it reaches 100. But I'm assuming this is just going to be like, oh, what speed? But I don't know what. All right, if the speed given is 0, then jump to target. Well, what's the max speed? Was that like 100? Huh? You need to tell me these things. I need to know them. Okay, and I had the delta time there. That's fabulous, isn't it? So if the screen length is greater than 45 or equal to 45, we are going to be switching the location of our UI. And we're gonna have to move this forward a little bit more, because if this works, it's just, I think it's gonna start getting a little over convoluted. Oh, it works! It works! But it's just shaking like a guy who's had too much sugar. What is this? Why is the shaking? Let's do 1. Maybe I had it way too high, and that's what it meant by too much sugar. Boom. All right, so it comes in, hits, right? Boom. Boom. And we want this to go, you know, I'm going to say 10. And I'm not going to even add anything in regards to the Y, just because I want to see how everything's moving. And this is not moving at all. Maybe I go 100. Maybe it's 100. Maybe it's, you know, interpolation speed. If it's 0. Oh, but it just goes forever. That's a problem. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, wait. That's because I have the current location. The current location. I need the original location. No. I need the original location for this type of mathematical equation. I'm joking, guys. I'm not gonna torture you. There. And then it goes 1. It goes boop. Look at it. But with that being said, that's way too small of a budge. I'm thinking 25. Okay? 25. And I'm just testing this right now. This is all for testing purposes, because obviously we get closer and closer, so we have to go further. So maybe I don't just say, like, hey, maybe I don't write an if statement for every single case. I'm just basing it off of this value here to the left, and it's just going to keep going to the right. Right? It's just going to keep like moving to the left side. Sorry, I say right. It's just going to move to the left side of his face continuously up to a point. Maybe that's what I do. Yeah, you better respect Goku. You see that guy? Don't he look fly? Don't he look fly? Oh, your YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Viewers will experience a buffer. Why? Why? What have I done? That is at 111. We were lagging a little bit at that point, guys. It was poor, but now it's doing horrible. Maybe I need to switch it back to just 45,000. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe it's too high. Maybe I go to 6K. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure that it's a smooth experience for anyone watching this in the future. Ooh. So yeah, right now we have this, but really this is where we can change it here. And I don't know if this is gonna particularly work, right? But I could say this subtract, 45, right? Because we're starting this at 45. So if we subtract from 45, no matter what this is, it's going to essentially be a plus value of that. And I can multiply that by distance to give it a little bit more umph. But in essence, why do I need to make this into a vector to do this? Probably. No, you think I would just be able to split this? Yes, I am. Right? So, I mean, no, Judah. No, Judah. I mean, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. You have no idea how much this means to me. I've been spending a week on this, guys, to over convoluted solutions, right? And I'll probably have to rewrite this at some point, because a little bit of me is like, this whole function here is just... In fact, I should probably turn this into like a blueprint function instead of particularly confined to the character CPP, just because it's kind of out of place. I'll do that at a later date. I don't want to do it right now because, you know, I don't know how to program and I don't want you guys to see that. No, I'm joking. I could do it right now if I wanted to. But I just don't want to have to go through doing blueprint, callable, category, my functions, and then we would have to call it this. Calculate, no matter what, we'll just do mesh. We'll say calculate actors mesh screen size. That's what we can call it. Calculate actors mesh screen size. And this is, I believe, an F. Yeah, F vector. I'm gonna copy all this. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm gonna get rid of this because it's just It's you know? F vector 2D. What? Why you do this to me? F vector 2D. Maybe because it's static. I don't know. I don't know. Oh. I don't know. Oh. But I am going to have to change the way that I'm getting the mesh. I'll have to use the player, I think. But yeah, over here. Oh, I don't have a declaration. How do you... Oh, it's F there. F there. Create declaration. How do you not know this? There. Now it should be aware that it's not aware. Okay, whatever. It wants to be particular. That's fine with me. We'll have to take all this big, beautiful coding here, slap it into here. Without that part, Raleigh. We don't want that part. Shift tab to bring it in. Now you we tab to bring it out. No. Don't play with me right now. Don't play with me right now. A player controller is not allowed. What are you saying? This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I think I can get this from player. If I can't, I'm just not gonna care right now because I don't want to sit here and search for what I can do. I'd rather work on the widget. Get mesh. Can I say get owner? Get the owner of this actor used primarily for network replication. So even when I pass it in here, we have a target, the player, which is an actor reference of the main actor, which we are casting as the BP. The BP third person character, blah, 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 blah. I thought these things were pawns, to be honest. That's another thing I'm still confused about. Like a pawn is an actor, but it's a controlled actor, right? There. Now we're at excellent connection again. Great stuff. Let's say get world. Right? Can we get world from here? Get world depth. It looks like that is a character function. Is this I mean, it's being accepted as an actor in this. So that would essentially make this main actor. Wait, no, the BP third person object reference. So is it getting the actor of that? BP actor bounds. So what we can do is, I want to say we just change this into a character, right? Like an A character player. Then we can go player and we can say get mesh, right? No, we can't. Get mesh. We can't. No, because this is still says a character. So maybe there's some discrepancies going on. Player get, yeah, there we go. Get mesh and then dot get reboot. What does it get? Bounds? Something with bounds? Get local bounds. Get streaming bounds, right? Pointer to incomplete class. A character is not allowed. Too bad I can't like be like const a character, can I? Const player controller. Incomplete type is not allowed. This is not what we want. We don't like it. Man. I don't know why this is seeing this as an incomplete pointer. I mean, a pointer is a pointer. That's a pointer. Right? You think it would be fine. You think we would just be fine, but no, we're having issues. Class, a player. Stop it. A player character controller is not allowed. A character is not allowed. What an actor is? What I can do, an actor? An AA actor. I can do that though? Let me see if I can do this, because I'm going to be like, why can I use? Yeah, I can use. Why is it that I can use a player actor? Like I can go player, and that's considered fine in regards to get mesh. See, you can get world from the player, right? And then from there you can get first local or first player controller, right? And then you can make that your player controller. You know, I don't even need a player controller at this point. I can just get it in here by going, you know, a player controller, boop, player con equals this, and now we have something we can plug in here. Player con, right? Oh, not even that's working. What? It works fine up here. What type of crackhead crap is this? Player con. What can I do here? A controller. Con dot. Let's just see if it does that for everything. Actor to world. Yeah, see, it's like, I can't do it, not allowed. Player controller is not allowed, and you can't do that in BP function library. It's not a thing you can do. Tell me why. I don't want to have to read and look up this stuff, man. This is the part I'm telling you guys about that's like taking me so long. If I could just do what I wanted, I wouldn't have to read. I could figure it out on my own. Can't use a player controller reference in blueprint function library. You're correct. Stop it. Stop it. That's what I did. I did do these things. Probably want that. It's like I just want to change these things. Bam, bam. Diarrhea. I've got diarrhea. Player get mesh, right? But we're still having pointer it to incomplete class type. That's what I thought. I thought you could just, this would be simple. Ah, you're, duh. I forget sometimes you forget these things. Did I spell include wrong? Great. How can you be inclusive if you don't even know how to spell include? What is a character? Can I find it just by doing this? A character. Game. Now let's try it in this. A character. Character. A character. Alright, now we gotta find what the include is. I could probably just look at one of these, but I'm embarrassed because I have a lot of them. It's character H. Oh, yeah, they add. Maybe if I go like this, right? And I go, boop. Come on. I know it takes you a long time to load. Character. So I can get that. Game framework. Oh, no. Frame. Work. And then we go character. Oh, yeah. Can I do it like this, though? Because I like those little squiggly quotes. Yeah, I can. And I mean, it's in here, too, so. And then we need one for the player controller. Include. I know I'm doing extra work here. Player controller. Or maybe it's just controller. Control.h. No, it's definitely player controller. They're just messing with me. Player con. All right, we look up in here, up in a B. We look up in here. Yeah, I know I have a lot of these just because I've tried so many things. So it is controller.h. It is controller.h, but why? Why would it be controller.h and then not even have, you know, these things? Let's save that. Man, yeah, I know. Well, we want to get streaming bounds. Thank you. There. We have the streaming bounds. And now we have player controller. Right, but let me guess. Command controller type is not allowed. I think it's usable in this because I have the movement component and maybe that's what it's a part of, but I can just look up include for a player controller. Oh. Game framework player controller. Wow. Well, isn't that just fantabulous? Let's see if that works. Player. Swooshy. Right? Swooshy. Come on. Player. Oh, there it is. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. I got the thing. Yeah. Player controller. Right. And now everything's good and grand. But I am gonna have to have a actor as well. Player. And then we'll do player actor. Right. And then we'll do a little swoosh. But it's gonna get mad because it's like, well, you don't have that in this, so we gotta add that. Player actor swoosh. And now we have wait, did I put the squoosha? I didn't put the squoosha. And now in here we can say player actor .get world, and we should be golden. Even though we can get that off of the character. So I don't even know. Yeah, we don't even need this. What am I doing? I'm just trying to be all... Well, you don't exist anymore, so how are you? Boom. Jesus. Lord have mercy. Okay, so... Let's save. Since that's somewhat of a major change, I'll see if it implements it, but we might get some red errors, which means we'll have to restart the entire engine. All right, let me compile. What do you mean? Oh. Unresolved private static struct emath t vector double. Did I get rid of vector double? A vector double. Yeah, I'm returning a vector double, dude. Is it because it's not static? Is it because it's not static? Well, I'm not doing that with this, and this is static. Fatal error. Let's post this on Google. Did I not do it correct? Did I not use the right name? It's literally the same. What is it stressing on? All right, I'm gonna delete this. Right, we deleting it up in a B, then we click it. Create definition. You know, oh, I forgot to add the no. But now we know you, my blueprints function. I swear, I'm like a freaking so amateur. Such an amateur mistake. How did I not see that? Yeah, that's right. I'm checking. I don't want people to see that. But yeah, now that that's done, I can pretty much call this from anywhere. Calculate actor's mesh screen size, right? I can calculate it anywhere now. Let's see if it works. Do do do. Bam 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 bam. Because I would prefer to do this from here instead of from wherever else it is, and you know, yeah, works a lot better. But I am getting some spinny winnies. Spins, spinnies. Oh, it's spinning all around. Okay, so now I can get rid of this. And here, calculate that no longer. I don't need it. Get rid of that, right? All right, we can get rid of this. We can get rid of that and then post this up right here. Bloop. Doesn't work because I stink. Let's get rid of it. I mean, we don't need it because we already have something of that nature. I just didn't know if you pulled off from it, so at least we understand that now. Making huge leaps and jumps and yeah, see, we're getting a lot of red stuff. That's because I have to save selected, come over here. Stop looking at my stuff, you can't believe you guys are invading my privacy like that. But now if we do it, we should be fine, and we are. Nice. And if you look, you'll see that we get like a little bit of a weird yeah, we might have to do this off of the distance. We might have to do this off of the distance. I feel like it'll be an easier calculation, and I won't have to draw as many of those things up. Right? Bam, 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 bam. We're gonna do a static float. Distance from object. So what we'll do is we'll pass in a constant vector. I don't know if I want to do this for 2D. Maybe I should just put 2D for 2-dimension. Vector 2D. Vector 2D. Start OBJA const f vector 2D. We'll say OBJ objb, I don't know. We're gonna pass in 2, so it's gonna return temp float, or actually we'll just return the results. Results float results. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Wow, 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 wow. What is the distance formula? It's the square root of x squared minus x1 squared. But you know what? I guarantee you they're already going to have it. Watch. They're going to already have it. And it's like, why even write it? They have it. It's because I want to program. I want to program some stuff. Distance 2D. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I didn't even need it. So let's just get rid of this and not talk about this to anyone. So before you even write something, Raleigh, make sure that you don't need it, that it's not a necessity, that it's not a thing that you're gonna have to make. All right. So what we want to do is we want to shoot. We're not going to need it like that. We're going to need just a world location. Distance vector. So we're going to get the... Yeah, we're just going to get these things. Right. No, we don't even need that. We need this. We need the follow cam, which, yeah, we'll just do this over here. Follow camera, get player, get, bring these over here. World location, get world location, plug this in. Honestly, we want to do it this between this. I mean, I don't think it matters. Get location, get world, get PP. What it said. Get world location. I can't just say get world location of the actual thing. That's great. Oh. Granted, no one's ever going to be like this running around, but I mean, it works. This works. Whatever. I'll never know when I'll need this, but it's there in case I do. Screen size. Calculate actor mesh screen size. Screen size length. See? Yeah, see? Do I have screen size length? This is starting to remind me of like is in use. What can you show me? Where is it in use? At least tell me that, please, before I destroy it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it being in use anywhere. Screen size, it's in use. Where? I don't see it in use. where all my green things are, there's not a single green thing that says that I'm using it. So, oh, that's right. Duh. Why am I so darn dumb? It's because I didn't eat my broccoli growing up, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Now we know why people don't watch me. Anyways, let us see. So really I don't want to try it. I want to like get rid of this. Right? Get rid of this, get rid of this. It's a lot of stuff we're getting rid of, okay? But if we're going to do that, what we're going to have to do is we're still going to need the current location, but we are going to move this out of the way because we don't need it. Oh, you didn't bring it home, did you?
No, I didn't.
It does look like Pip. Where's my Pip? But that was quick.
I know, she decided not to vaccinate them today.
So where'd you go?
To pick them up and drop them off.
Oh. All right. There's a cat. How do you align these with each other? There's got to be something you can do to make them look good. Anyways, let's convert this. We're going to promote this to a variable. I know I just have a ton of variables right now. I can clean this up later. Let's rename this to player to camera distance. Player to camera distance. Wow. Said a couple of things. We gotta check this very often. The trash bin over here, essentially. I don't know if it's trash, but it could be. So we're going to check the distance. Then we're going to essentially have the same logic, right? But the value is going to be different now because essentially the same logic, just different comparisons. So this one's gonna be about, I want to say right here, I'll start switching it up around 390. Around 340 actually. Or not 340. But once you touch right here, about 450 will do it. If it's less than or equal to, though. It's less than or equal to, what was it, 450? I mean, it's the same essentially, but it's just 0 instead. So we're gonna say, hey, if it's less than or equal to 450, we want you to start transforming it. Right? But because it's positive, look at that. It's like, it doesn't know what to do. It's like, and I don't want to multiply it by delta time. Maybe I want to divide it by delta time. But I do want to clamp this value, so it just stops going at some point. But I feel like that'll mean something. What do you guys think? It should go to the it should move diagonally, huh? Right? -10. Should move 10. 10. I want it to move up. Honestly, a little bit more though. 20. Could be 15, but you want to iterate high. All right, what is this even? Darn it. -70. So we're gonna want to put it negative something, aren't we? Gonna want to put negative something. That's why it's like shooting all weird. It like dips. So I gotta find a way to sporadically update it. So if I minus it by that, I can multiply the value by that with the delta time, and that should help. That should help. Yeah, I believe so. So if I minus this, then take the original. No, we want to add it, but we want to recombine the structure, maybe? Right? I don't know. Because we're going to have to feed an entire vector in here. So... First... So now we have something that's starting off at 0, right? I believe. But I think we're getting a negative value. I'm gonna move this over here. But I don't like seeing it because it makes me upset. It's like, how many people chatted and I don't even know. So they don't let me have the pop-out thing. Maybe I can do that on this one. Can I pop it out? Pop out chat. Yeah, it works. Woo! That one works. Awesome. Awesome. Whoa! It works! Okay, so we want to... Let's actually... We'll print this one out. We'll print this one out. So it starts off at 50. Or at 100. But I want to actually print it out after the fact. In this stage... So I can get a better idea of what I'm working with here, like what numbers I'm working with. And I want to stop doing this one. Boom. Stop doing that one. I don't need that one. I don't need it. Okay. So it starts off at like -20. I wish there was a way to comment out code, like you would like click it and it would comment it out, right? Like you would in a thing. Instead of having to unattach it, you could just void it. That'd be a nice addition. Ah! All right, let's see here. We're gonna negative that. This is pissing me off. And then we could take the original location. I mean, it's kind of already doing that in Delta time, but I feel like I want to modularly increase. So if I minus that and I add it to, but I want to do it in a way that it's multiplying across both the X and the Y. So I would have to multiply, but that's the issue, right? When I say multiply, right, I have to do this and come off this, and then it kind of takes shape. Interesting. So I have to, like an up vector, I don't know, get up vector in rotations. Jesus. Jesus. So I literally have to make a variable. I guess you'd have to do that in anything anyways. You would have to do that anyways. Yeah. Transform vector. And this vector 2D. So we're gonna well, honestly, we should multiply this by this, right? And why it's doing that, I don't know, bro. I don't get it. Why was it working and now it's not working? That's crazy. So I gotta do that and that and then that. Yeah, so it's like AX times B. Am I even plugging that in correct? I am. Oh, that's why. Duh. It's just doing it way too quick, right? But I can change that. Maybe even change the scale of it too as I go up closer, because you're gonna want it a little bit bigger. But when it's like if I snap, it won't follow that because it's... But I am happy with the results a little bit. It's getting better. Like, that's kind of clean. But I need it to be a little bit slower, so let's try 70. And we'll see if that affects it at all, really. And that number is like, how do I get... Can I get an absolute? Like, absolute float? Or can I just get an int? Maybe if I turn it into an int. Float to int. Or I could round. Right? We just round this up in a B and we plug that in. Integer's not compatible. No, you don't say. But I want to, you know, reduce, multiply is not compatible with an integer. So I thought I could get rid of like the extra like little value there. Is there a way? Like, I don't think absolute will make it. It won't make it. It's not gonna make it just a solid value, right? Because the issue where it's glitching is it's because it's going in between, it's going in between one thing or another. So it's like, yeah, you would round that, right? You would round it to get rid of that effect where it's like stuck in between. I mean, what if, right, I convert this into an integer, or I round. Can I convert this then into an integer or a float? To float. Okay. Right? Oh no. And then we go like this, like this. I don't think it particularly matters. But I'm assuming now, right, I'm just going to get a solid number because I'm getting a solid number because I'm, you know, doing that. So with that being said, instead of making this all really right here and just stuffing it in, I'm going to try... And I don't necessarily know if that's going to take away the issue that I have. But what I can do in here is I can round this and essentially do the thing to float, right? And then we just can plug this in. That way we can get rid of any like minor discrepancies. At that point, we'll just be getting like chunks, and then we can kind of divide it. Maybe I'm thinking to get something a little bit smoother. One of the two. Poor YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Jesus. I need to really figure out how to fix that. But with that being said, at the moment, now we should be getting just one. I hate that. No. I mean, let's see if it matters. Right? Let's see if it matters. I don't know, man. I just know that it's pissing me off that it's doing this. X82, X. So it's both the same. So no, it doesn't matter. So let's just get rid of that. Pop it into here. Right, we're gonna pop it into here. We're gonna compile that. Right. And we're starting to get this smooth transition. But I want it to get to a point where it stops. Right? Like, at some point, I think, you know. But if I just pop out like that, it'll kind of. The only issue I see, like big issue, like let's say I go like this, and I go, "Buh," you know, now it's stuck there at that position. So in the case, and you know, it'll fix once. Sorry, I still have to fix the climbing mechanic a whole lot. There's a lot of checks that are gonna have to go into it. You know, we're kind of keeping it at a position that's right for us. So I like it more when I do that, but I feel like it makes more sense if I drag this over here like this. And I feel like, you know, like even with that, that's starting to jiggle a little bit. And it's because of that speed. It just gets to a point where it needs to be at a certain speed, I guess. Or it's just like, it's cursed now. It must always remain 70. Or you're doing it wrong, you know? Yeah, see, that looks good. No jittering. But I feel like it's still like moving a little too. It's what is it doing that's upsetting me? It's not clamping its position to that position. So we need to create a clamp here, right? That kind of makes it so the midpoint clamp. Right? And I don't know if I have to do this for each float, but if we have to, we will do it. So we want to clamp this to the like original location. I don't know. Clamp. You need to clamp the way I want to clamp. That's for an integer. Clamp. 2D. creates a copy of this vector with both axes clamped to the given range. To the given range. That's just not gonna work for me. Because this is like it's doing it on all axes. So it'll say like min axis value. I guess I could say negative 70 because we know that it's negative 70 and no, it's not anymore, I believe. I think we might have changed it. No, it's negative 70 and 70. So we could say the min is negative 70 and the max is, I don't know, negative 500. Maybe it's going up. And then we do that. Up in a B. Right? So yeah, that's not gonna work. The min access value is negative 70 and maybe it's 500. So that's not working anymore. So we're gonna have to do something a little bit different here. Promote to, or we'll split this structure and we'll say lamp access. I wish I could just do it with a vector 2D clamp. I just don't like that. I want to plug in a vector and say, hey, you can't go past the original point. I don't want to sit here and say if it's, I don't know what, greater? Maybe what I do is I print out the, what I'll do is I'll print out the value. I'll print out the value instead of doing that. So it is negative. Ah, so you know what it is? It's this. Check it. 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 Check it The max value is going to be 500, right? And the min is going to be negative. No, the max is because this is greater than negative 500. My math brain wasn't functioning correctly. Chickadee chick 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 chick. Chickadee chick 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 chick. Chickadee check check. But why was it still going down? I don't get it. It's probably because it's still too fast. So we'll have to multiply whatever number it is by I don't know, a fraction of that, but not too much. Like 98%. I could see being something which might work, you know? But I feel like the overall look of it is just it's way too far out. It goes way too far out, way too quick. And I like how fast it'll come back. Boom. But it's coming back a little too fast because it'll clip into the ear and it kind of looks like it's bouncing because it's how the character's moving around it. So, you know, like at times it'll be so quick I don't think anyone will really notice, but it's definitely something that needs to be fixed. It's something that needs to be fixed. So, yeah, we have this. It's looking all right. I can't believe I'm like getting to a point where I'm actually happy with this. I spent so much time doing things I just were completely unnecessary. I was looking at this. Da 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 na ba na na. But yeah, it's looking pretty sharp. But look. Why is it having that issue? We're at a flat 258 right now, but it's like stuck, right? It's stuck. It's like moving and jittering. We'll have to fix that at another time, right? It works when the player is like coming. Oh no, it's starting to act all weird. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, that's strange, huh? All right, so it looks like that was introduced once I clamped. It looks like it's something that's been introduced after the clamp. So let's try to get rid of that clamp. Sorry. No, now it's doing it. That's kind of weird. Is it because of Delta time? Is it an issue with Delta time? Is that what it is? It's probably because I'm setting delta time. Maybe if I just plug delta time. In here. It could be something of that nature. I don't know. It could be a lot of things, but that's weird that it's acting up like that now. It was doing really well. What did I do that kind of set it off? Anim update. Animation. Like, what does that have to do with animation? Delta time. I guess get world delta seconds might help. It doesn't. Whenever I smoke shit. Oh shit. I can't say that. Ah. I'm a bad Christian. That's what happens when you've been in the mud. Like organizing these now to make it look nicer because I don't know what's going on. It was working fine. Is it? It's probably because it's never reaching the max and it's kind of like, where do I go next? You know? It's constantly being updated with a new location. Right? Like, let's do this and just put -50, -50. Right? And I do this. I mean, it says interp speed, then jump to the target, you know? So if I just put that, it'll just jump to the target. But if I put 1, it just doesn't move at all. Why are we getting... Maybe I just need to have it at like 100. It's definitely an issue with speed because now it's just fine. But, you know, I like how it's moving with the character. And it's doing it in a way that's not like too abrupt, but I do want to minimize the speed just a little bit. So I think the best thing I can do is then multiply this by a float, right? And this transform vector, I'll just put it, I don't know. I guess I'll put it in here, and then I got to make another float. Well, you know, I can. It won't let me multiply it by. It'll just force it to be that, and I have to put it for literally each one, which is, I guess, not bad. But with this, I can just set it, change it, and not have to worry about it. I don't have to do it twice. So we're gonna do it. Float. I'll call it transition damp, and slider range 0 to 1. Value range. The range of values allowed by this variable to the range. UI slider for this variable. I just don't get it. So if I do that, 0, 1, 0 being like completely just gone, and you know, now it's at 100, but I think we can do something like 90. Do 90% of whatever this is, right? Multiply. Yeah, we want to multiply this big number by this little. I mean, I was doing it earlier, you little freakers. Freakers. That's interesting. So now we're dampening it. And I kind of want to do this actually transition damp. We'll go to 20 because that's gonna really show that damp. See how it's moving slower. Because essentially what I'm doing, like if you're like, I don't know, if you haven't done like general education, I'm sorry to say that, but like if I'm passing in a number that's 100 and that's my speed, right? If I multiply this by 0.30, you know, you're going to get 30% of 100. So essentially by changing this, you're dampening that speed. So this speed, I can control how much of it is actually being added into the new location by dampening it. So it's going to allow me to control, I wouldn't say necessarily the speed, but how fast it'll move to the next location or where the next location is. It'll allow me to clamp it, essentially. So I don't know. That's what I should say. So essentially 80% is way too fast. It gets to a point where it's just too close. You know, I feel like 80 is way too much. So let's try 60. 0.60. Yeah, if you're that close, I don't think the player... We have to have it so it switches back in the case that it's above our threshold, which will be in the false, but we'll have to linearly interpolate between that, right? And then we can start playing with the actual float values. You know, and it's not being taken up by the player. Like, I'm always seeing it to the left of the screen, which is what I really want. Except right there, like that's pretty big. But I kind of want it to push up. I'll have to change the camera so it'll push up to about here if I do. If I come up to a wall like this, it'll be like, whoop. It'll run up the wall. It's not gonna like hug. It's gonna like, when I'm running towards a wall, it's gonna essentially push the camera up like this as well while I'm coming up. You know? I'll have to figure that out at a later time, but I don't think it's going to be too difficult because we just have to take this and then multiply this, project the movement up the wall. It might be a little bit more difficult now that I'm thinking about it, but with that being said, now that we kind of have this flushed out just a little bit, I still want to change. We're going to have to do a transformation, set render transform, because I'm going to need to change the scale. I want the scaling to be a little bit bigger when the player is coming. So we're going to have to play with that value as well to get something that really looks nice. For instance, I guess I'll just show you really quick. I think like when you're getting close, you know, this should also get bigger too. Should take up more of the screen. But in the case that this condition is not being met, we're going to set, and I'm just going to do the transform. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm writing something response to someone. my headset just died. Hey guys, I'm gonna take a little break here. I'm going to use the restroom, get some water, maybe grab a snack, and I'll be right back. BRB. I don't even know. Maybe we'll put Goku. You guys can just chill with Goku. All right, guys, I am back. I apologize for that. Oh. Hey, Christina, come here. Look, it's working.
Good.
There's some stuff I gotta change. Like that. It fixes if I come over here and do that, but it's working.
You're doing really good. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. All right. So now we are going to have to Sorry guys, I'm lazy. We're gonna have to say, well, if you're not that, then you're gonna have to take your original location and you're gonna have to go from where you are now, right? And you're gonna have to go to your original location, right? And essentially that's most likely not gonna be it. That's why. We need the original location and we need to get the current location. Yeah. If it's less than or equal to 45, right, it should be doing this. But if it's false, it should just go down and be like, well, sorry about that. Let me just keep it at the original angle. But it's not doing that. And I'm a little... Oh, that's why. With the current location and then the original location. But even then, look, it starts off way far. And it's not returning. Oh. We know because this is 45. I'm gonna say greater is greater than 450 because it's just like it feels like I don't know why it's not doing that already. We can get rid of this and then drive that home. Say, well, if you're greater, if you're not this, then we'll say another one. We'll just say, well, we'll make a check because I don't want to do this every single frame. So I guess it's worth to do another check and say, well, if the current location does not equal the original location, right? God. Right? If it does not equal the original location, well, then we can sorry. Then we can do this. Even though I don't really like this. So if it does not equal the current, if the current location is not equal to the original location, then, you know, we can set it to the original location. And then it does that. But it's obvious that, you know, we're above 450, so it should be setting it to that original location. Sorry, I'm trying to make this a little bit cleaner so it's easier to read. Maybe what I could do is just bring all this to the left more, like so. I'm just fixing some things up while I'm trying to figure out what to do. I could try to see if the original location, which is should be set right here, yeah? Right on construct. We have a transform, so it should be -70 whenever we do that, right? Right. It's -70 but it's not setting it to that maybe I just make it 0. I want it to like linearly interpolate too. Tries to reach target based on distance from current position, giving him a tracking position. I'm just gonna set it to the original location, and it sets it there. What? Why does it do that? This is just getting annoying, bro. Like, that should not be difficult for this computer to understand. Let's see. Boom. We're above 450 right now, so we should be setting ourselves. This is what gets me mad. Little things that just should be done quickly. Let me read this to see if I'm doing this right. Player distance to camera. If it's less than or equal to 450, we're gonna change the render based on the distance from the camera, so it goes out further as you get in closer. Then, if it's not equal to this, and it's less than or greater than, sorry, if it's greater than 450, right? We're gonna go over here. We're gonna check to make sure that the current location is not equal to the original location. Oh my gosh, that's what it is. If it's equal, if it's equal to the position, then there would be, well, no, it's not equal. If it's not equal to the position, if the current location is not equal to the original location, then we're going to set the translation to the original location. But set transform. We're just going to do this, split struct, and we're just going to try it like this. And transform translation, right? So it's like still the freaking same thing. You know, like, I don't get it, man. It's really starting to bug me. And it's saying like, oh, it's -70, as you could, you know, it's -70. We're above 450. The original location is no longer, it is no longer equal to that, but somehow it's still not setting itself back to the original location. And that's because, guys, guess why? I don't have this thing here. Oh my God. I'm gonna freaking scream. Jesus. Ah! We don't talk about this moment, all right, guys? I'm gonna shift this up to 455. 55. 55. I'm just gonna do it at 90. 490. 490. Even though it's kind of huge. 490. So what I'm gonna have to do is take this transition damp and I'm gonna have to turn it down. Probably I'm gonna go like 55 to 56. We're gonna play with these values again since I changed. That's great. Could be a little bit better, in my opinion. But when we have something like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe a little bit more on the dampening side. We're gonna... Maybe we do 40. 40%, yeah. But then it just doesn't go. And that's because we're really not changing the speed. But if, as you saw, that kind of, it starts when we mess with the interpolation speed, it kind of juggles, as you've noticed. But I would like to have like this smooth where it kind of looks like it's following that same distance between the player and where it's at currently right now. I'd like it to like kind of stay the same in that sense. And it could be because I need to add maybe a bit of the scaling factor to it, but it stops right about here. I think like... Yeah, I mean, that's a lot better than just being in the character. Maybe we'll try something later on if that's like annoying us, but it stays. The whole point is it's staying in an area. I feel like it's not gonna overlap the character. I feel like if you have it overlapping the character, it's just gonna look up, right. Even there for an instance, but they're like short bursts, you know, like I'm looking for stuff where like somebody could be looking up, you know. Be looking up, you know. Yeah, we still got to work on climbing, guys. We shouldn't even be able to climb when we have no stamina to climb, right? We still have a lot to do with the stamina bar. Changing the shape, but I think for right now we have something that's not going to get in the way when I'm testing It's going to be right there with the player, no matter what. You know? It's just like one of those little quality of life things. But as I said, I would like for it to potentially be a little bit closer to the player. We could change the scaling, right? Yeah, at the end of the day, we'd be essentially making the same choices. But yeah, in the future, I don't think it'll matter when someone gets like this close. They might get this close to look at the character, you know, check them out. But when they're running like this, I really feel like if they're running up against the wall, it should like push up. Especially if they're running towards the camera, which most people don't do. When they're running, they're gonna like stay with the character. And it's the only time they do something like this is maybe if they're running away from something and they're looking back. I kind of want to put the player up like this, or have it so maybe they can run past. I don't know. Like it'll essentially go like this, flip. But that's going to be a pain in the butt to make, guaranteed. Right? And then you're like, you know, we'd have to flip it over if it got too close, which we'll have to program, but that'll come at a later. That'll be a pain to deal with at a later date. But yeah, that's essentially it. Let's get the scale in. These people hating on it. Hating on it. SB original scale. All right, now we have original scale. I don't think we'll need change. I don't even know what shear means, to be quite frank. All right, so let's start working with scale. To do that, we'll have to set this, bring this over here, plop this in, make sure that we're plugging in the correct values. No. So yeah, in here, we're essentially just changing the color and the percentage, getting the thing for my stamina system, which is here. It's all in here. So for scaling, obviously we're going to want to handle it the same way, I think, in regard to how we scale. Which means we'll do a lot more. It's almost like I should just create a whole function for this so it's cleaner. Oh. But I can always do that at a later time. Famous last words stuff, huh? Only because there's just so much to it. Boom. Let's make enough room. So we're gonna want to create another alert, but we're gonna also want to come in here, do a little bit of this, boop, bring this out here, bring this out here, down a little bit more, and essentially promote this to a variable. Plug this in, create that so we can, you know, I don't know, I'm just weird like that, I guess, but it's probably not necessary, really, but I feel like it is. So for this, first of all, let's move these to their appropriate thing. SB original scale, that's a UI interface. That's, sorry, we don't want, no. This is going to be in the user interface as well. And we're gonna rename this to transform or SB current scale. We don't need transform. Honestly, I'm really happy with this, so I'm going to delete that now. So we're just working with what we have here. I could run this on a debug and say, hey, if debug, print out this, but I don't feel like doing that. I could make these into a function though. But we're gonna have to take the SB original scale, put that here, and then we're gonna take the current scale and we're gonna add to it like we did here. And it's going to be the same premise, essentially. But I feel like with the original scale, we could just do... I don't even think we have to do that. I think we can just set this and, you know, just say 5 and then 5, right? And then plug that into here. And since we're not doing it dynamically via the position from the camera, we don't really necessarily need a clamp, but we are going to want this here, and we are going to want that to be at 100. But you know, I might still do that still. And we're definitely going to have to play a lot with this. But I think for running around purposes, it's nice. As to why the scale isn't changing, it's because I have it to like whatever it is. Let's do 5 and 5, compile that. I'm sure I could find a way to what the heck, dude? It should automatically, yeah, I'm gonna have to do it with the slider. But I'm gonna want to take a break because I've been doing this for about 3 hours now, which isn't necessarily a long time. But it's definitely getting me to the point where I can barely... I mean, it's not a lot to think about when it comes to this, but it's just still a lot of if and this, and that's the stuff that bores me. Especially when it's not working. You know, we're starting at the original scale, which is being set at the beginning, right? And then we're going to transition. We're going to interpolate into definitely gonna have to bring this off. We're gonna have to divide this 100 because I want to take this from probably even 1,000. But because the way this works is it's going down from one value lower. So I guess it works when it comes to this because we're adding to the target, we're multiplying, and it's essentially shuffling it away. That works. And it's because of that. So let's try to plus this. I don't think it's going to work initially right off the bat. Obviously, I just want to see if we're missing that like transitional state, and that's why it's doing that. Oh, look, it just keeps getting bigger. Because I'm dividing it. I could normalize 2D. But because it's such a big number, I think that's the issue. So we're gonna divide this by 1,000. And I think like if we're at, let's say we're at, no, because if we're, let's say, I mean, we might have to multiply this actually. Because this becomes negative 49, so it starts, it starts dipping into the negative values. Like if I were to print this out, like if I'm, you know, come here and I print this out, guaranteed this is negative, right? Jesus. Guaranteed it's negative. Yeah, it's negative 300. That's why it's working. So, what we need to do is divide it. First, we'll multiply it. Multiply by, you know, -1. So then we can reverse it. Then, maybe we normalize it and try running that and see what that gives us. Because I think normalizing will return it like 0 to 1. Yeah. See? Oh, it'll normalize it 0 to 1. So we're constantly staying at a value between 0 and something. But that's because we're not adding it into this, I believe. I think it would keep going. Oh. So we're doing it wrong. It was better when I had it like this. But the thing is it's so large that it just, we don't need to multiply it. Yeah, see, it like goes in and then out. I mean, if it's negative, it'll make it positive. If it's positive, it'll make it negative. You know, it'll always be. But what I could also do is return the absolute, get absolute 2ds. So I think that's always going to bring back positive. So I don't really necessarily have to multiply it. Let's see. But now it's like, but if I just stay here, it'll go on forever. And that's the interesting part, you could say, because I want to try out this one just to see what I'm missing out on, you know? That's not working. Let's see if I miss anything. By the way, if you're liking what you see, make sure to click that sub and like button. We're going to be having more of these streams in the future. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's why. My current scale should be 0 because it's gonna just take off what's here, right? And essentially everything here is being multiplied at that point by 5. Does it stop? No, it just keeps going. Maybe I can print the scale. That's what we'll do. We'll print the scale and see if it's constantly growing. Yeah, it is. And this is dividing, so it should be like a percentage, yeah. But let's try multiplying it again. Multiply -1 by this. But you see now that it just goes off the rails instantly. So what I could do is divide by 100, or probably even 10. And then we're gonna add that to that. That should get us to 8. Shmee. Right now we're 0. We're timesing that by 1. That should work good. You know? I think that should work good. But because as the current scale is developing, I'm doing something wrong here. So I'm getting the current location as well as the current scale. I have the SB original scale. Am I plugging that in wrong over here? No, we have the current, which is the original. Oh, you know what it is? Is I'm adding it to the current instead of to the original. How do I make it scale? Maybe I just feed this into here. And it works the same, so it's like I'd never even really need the interpolation here. I kind of want to look at, so it's like I never even need that, but I still need the original location. That is interesting to know. But I probably would need it for something like this because it's not being set dynamically. So we're going from, it's at 1 and we're going to that. So what we need to do is get the absolute value. I wonder what max does. And that kind of like, it starts off at 1 and then you come down and it starts off at 1 again. So the best thing that we can do here in this situation is to not get the absolute value. We're gonna have to multiply this, as I originally thought, by -1. So we can just reverse whatever numbers we have here. And I hope they're not, yeah, they have been. No, we don't want to do that. Fudge. 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 They've always been watching, man. But yep. we also, after flipping it, want to multiply it by this. I might want it different, to be quite frank with you guys. So we're gonna make another transition, damp, scale, transition, damp. Beepy. Beepy. Sorry, it's just that's scale, transition, damp. And then for this, you can rename it to location transition damp. Beepy. Freaking. My buddy was funny. So now we have the scale transition damp. You can plug it in here. And that's only because the transition is at 0 currently. So we want to put this from 0 to 1. And I guess we can do 75. Not 755. But we are going to have to... we're gonna have to up the location transition on this to 6 because it needs to move faster. And to be fair, I feel like that's too big. So while we mess with that, we can come down here and we can play with this value. Yeah, I mean, I like it, honestly. I'll have to essentially see this more, get annoyed of it and be like, let's see if, essentially just to get a fresh idea. But I think at the state it is, it's pretty good. Which means we can get rid of this. Right. And then, yeah, that's looking great. Oh. Yeah. But you know, the reason why I'm going with this this type of stamina is because you know, I think it's going to be a big part of the game. It's obviously similar to like Legend of Zelda, and you know, why fix something if it's not broken? It's such a great like UI placement, especially since stamina is a big part of their game. I mean, most of your actions take stamina to do, right? And I want to take that same approach with a lot of my systems, or a lot of the systems in my game. So I figure, take a chip off the old block and incorporate some similarities in that sense. But other than that, guys, I don't think we're going to keep the entirety of the look. I think I'm going to try to find a way to make it my own. So we'll see what's in store for us in the future. But I think for as it is right now, this works great. There's just a couple of things that we have to fix with the stamina. And this just includes like when and where, essentially having it evolve into all the other parts of my game. Having it, you know, when I don't have stamina, I can't double jump or I can't climb. Right now, if I don't have stamina, I can't sprint. Right now, if I'm falling, I can't regain stamina. So those are some things we're gonna have to fix, and then after that, it's like I can start working on the climb system again and making that look pretty neato. Pretty neato. Sorry, you gotta say it weird because neato is a weird word, if you ask me. It's like stuff my grandpa used to say, so if it looked bad on him, I wonder what it looks like on me. Anyways, yeah. I like that. I think it's pretty clean so far. It could be better. Right? Like even some of these things are like, ooh. But for what it is, I could add a little bit more of an offset. You know what it is I could, I think here, change it to like negative 600. And I believe that'll let it go further. No, it won't. It's because of that damp. I'll have to find a way to create some type of damp without that. Yeah, this is looking great. I'm happy for it. But with that being said, I think I'm gonna call it for now. We've been streaming for about 4 hours, which I think's a little too long for to get something like this working. But to be fair, I had to switch the process at the end and kind of debug things as I went. And you know, if you're new to game development and making games, or even just new to programming and in its entirety, you know, that's something you're gonna have to do, whether you're software engineering or you're game developing. And my biggest advice is, you know, as you saw, I was printing a lot of values to see where they stood. And that's kind of how you got to work your way through things sometimes. When you're programming, you'll write print statements or you'll log things so you know if you're even making it to parts of your code. And I think you'll see a little bit of that more down the line, especially with next stream being me fixing some of the stamina issues regarding to like you can sprint on the wall, but when you're falling, you'll notice you're not regaining stamina, and I don't like that. On top of that, You can double jump when you have stamina, and you can climb when you don't have stamina. Sorry, you can double jump when you don't have stamina. And then after we get all that stuff done, like climbing detection, I really just want to fix the jumping, and I really want to fix this detection right here. Right? There's a lot of, and I mainly had this because I wanted to be able to exit out of it. I wasn't able to do that beforehand. But with that being said, we'll be fixing the jumping. We'll be fixing the jumping. We'll be fixing the detections. Also, I want some ledge detection, right? Like, you know, when he gets to something like that, he'll grab it and jump up on it. You know, detections of these natures. I don't like this. Obviously, I'm gonna need more line casts to figure out things, and that's all a pain in the butt to think of right now, but we'll figure it out eventually. All I know is that this shouldn't be happening. Like, stuff like this. Not gonna be fun for people. And just before I forget, I want to try this with my input. My game controller. Yeah, maybe it's not subtle enough. Maybe it's a little too abrupt, you know? It's like, boom, it like kind of pops at you. It could, I think that could just be like, let's say I'm in a heaty battle and like someone's fighting me and I'm just like running and it's like clip, you know? It just kind of boom in your face. So maybe we change that a little bit and, you know, that's obviously something to worry about for the future. Maybe it doesn't even need to grow that much, right? I think the scale could be taken down a bit with how big it gets. But I do like it at about this size. So we'll have to find a way to integrate a speed value for this so it'll develop at a certain speed. I think I just need to what I really need to do is I need to multiply the first value before I do anything. It seems like I'll have to like draw out an equation or something like that to really understand. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't liked or subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to do so. I do have 2 videos on the development. They're really bad. I'm sorry about that, but when you're developing a game full time, you know, there's only so much resources you can dump into everything. And honestly, I'm more concerned about the game than I am about making good videos for the game. So maybe at some point in the future, we can, if you're interested in the game and I'm, you know, it's at a good state, maybe I can hire someone to start making these devlog videos for me. But until then, we'll just see how it turns out. But I appreciate you guys. Make sure to go to my Twitter, follow that. That's where I post like weekly updates. I don't know if I'll do those anymore because, like, to be quite frank, I'm most likely going to be streaming a lot more. Whenever I get the chance to develop, I want to try to stream with it, whether there's people in the area or not. Kind of just want to make this as engaging as a process as it can be. Other than that, I'm sorry for the long final talk. But yeah, see you later, guys. God bless, and hope everything's going good in your world. I hope today is a nice, peaceful, calm day for you, and it's just vibe